Hi girls, welcome back to our second term portion of EVS 1 Science for Standard 5th, which is presented by Mrs. Shilpa Ribello. Let's continue with our lesson number 21, Busy at our work, our internal organs, part 3. This is our last part of this lesson. Girls, in the first part, we have studied about different types of organs which are present inside our body and how they work. What are their functions? Where are their location? We have studied about it. Also, we have studied about the respiratory system, the diaphragm and its movement, exchange of gases, and also about cilia and mucus. In the second part, we have studied the effects of smoking, passive smoking, digestion, the alimentary canal. A new word was introduced to you, gland, digestive organs, why we should drink sufficient water, why we must not eat food in hurry, and also to avoid speaking while eating. So these are the topics which we have studied in the part 1 and part 2. Now remaining we are going to study in this part, that is part 3. Now let's begin with our new topic, importance of teeth. If we want the healthy teeth, we need to look after them. So we crush the food. Now when we studied about the digestion, we saw that we eat the food from mouth. We take the bite in the mouth. So when we take the food in the mouth, what we do? We chew it. We bite with our teeth. So we crush the food with the help of our teeth. We bite the food with the help of the teeth. But some children from younger age suffer from toothache. So you are suffering from toothache. Why? For what reason? Why these small children are suffering from the toothache? Because you are not taking proper care of your teeth. You must brush your teeth twice a day. That is in the morning when you get up from sleep and night before going to sleep. So you are supposed to take proper care of your teeth. So every tooth has a covering of enamel which protects the delicate inner parts of the tooth. So you shouldn't suffer. Why? Because every tooth has a covering of enamel which protects the delicate inner parts of the tooth. Now if you see in the picture over here, what you can see over here? You can see the red color. So that red part is the gum region. And the white layer above the tooth is the enamel. It is known as enamel. And dentine means here our tooth. So this white part or white layer is covered by the tooth is covered with the white layer, and that white layer is known as enamel. Okay, even this gum region, it is fixed. The tooth remains tight with this gum region. Now, what is the function of the enamel? That enamel is protecting the delicate inner part of the tooth. It protects the delicate part. Now what is delicate part? Can you see in the picture here? The red color, blue color, yellow color. These are the blood vessels which are present in our tooth. And these are very delicate organs. Very delicate organs. So this enamel is protecting the inner parts of the tooth. So for protection, each and every tooth is covered with an enamel. Each and every tooth has an enamel, outer layer, white layer. For what reason? To protect the inner part of the tooth. So, what is enamel? Enamel is the hardest substance in our body. But if we do not keep our teeth clean, even this enamel corrodes and teeth decay. Corrodes means it can get damaged. This enamel can also get damaged when if we will not keep our teeth clean, and teeth can be decayed, it can be spoiled. Okay, so enamel is the hardest substance in our body, and that's the reason we can chew our food material easily, properly. So sometimes your parents say, when you are eating in hurry, your parents say, chew your food, bite your food. Correct? Yes. So enamel is the hardest substance in our body, and because of that reason only, we can chew our food material, whatever food we eat, we can chew it easily. Now what do you mean by enamel? So enamel is the white coating or white layer present on the tooth. And so, if we don't brush regularly, if we don't drink sufficient water, so even enamel can easily and quickly get damaged. So we should take care of our teeth. Dear girls, so how to take care of your teeth? You are supposed to brush your teeth twice a day. That is in the morning when you get up from sleep and before going to sleep in the night. Clear? Now, while having our meals, we enjoy many different tastes and flavors. We sense them using our tongue and nose. Now girls, nowadays when we eat our food, that is our lunch, our dinner or snacks, what we mostly do? We put on our television and see the serials, cartoons, and then we eat. Or while watching, we eat. Sometimes if television is not working, what we do? We keep on our mobiles and we see cartoons or many things on the mobile. Correct? And because of this, what happens? Whatever the taste, flavor the food has, we cannot understand it. We can't concentrate on our food. So, girls, what you are supposed to do? You must keep your mobile phone away, and also you are supposed to switch off the television when you have your food, when you have your meals, your lunch, your breakfast or your dinner. Then only you will enjoy your taste, food taste and its flavor. Then only you can tell your mother, so nice it was, so nice you had prepared. And also we sense them using our tongue and nose. So you can concentrate on your meals. So when you have your meals, your food, your dinner, your lunch, your snacks, breakfast, so what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to keep your mobile phone away and switch off the television so that you can enjoy the different taste and flavor of your food. But sometimes we find that a food item tastes or smells bad. It may be because the food is spoiled. One should pay attention to such changes in food. In case the food has really gone bad, one can avoid eating it. So, what happens here? When you are not paying attention on eating, when your television is on, mobile phone you have taken, so you will not understand the taste or the smell. Some of times the food smells bad. Why? Because the food must have spoiled. So you are not supposed to eat the spoiled food. So for that reason, what you are supposed to do, your full concentration should be on food. Okay, now to give the full attention, concentration on food, you are supposed to switch off the television when you have your food, or keep away the mobile. Then only you can taste your flavors. Okay, and also if really the food is spoiled, it smells bad, then you are not supposed to have that food. You should avoid eating that food. Why? Because you might suffer from different diseases like stomachache, vomiting, food poisoning, diarrhea. So you will suffer from so many diseases. So for that reason, before eating, we should taste the food. Now we will see the next topic. Systems in the body. You may have seen how several organs work together to bring about respiration. If even one of these organs does not function properly, the process of respiration will not be completed. Girls, we have studied about respiration in the first part. And we have to take care of our body parts. Now how the respiration takes place? We take air from the nose. Then it goes in the windpipe, that is trachea. Then to the lungs. Then to the branches. And then to the diaphragm. Correct? So if one of the organ also is not working properly, then full process of respiration will be incomplete. Sometimes what happens, when you get cold, cough, your nose gets choked up. You can't breathe, you feel breathless. So what happens, the respiration does not take properly. Correct? The respiration does not take place properly. Sometimes you feel very uneasy. Then what your parents do? Your parents give you steam. Correct? So same thing, that one also organ is not working properly, naturally the full process of respiration will be incomplete. It will not be completed. So we have to study. So to occur the process of respiration, all the organs should work in the proper way, in the systematical way, orderly, correctly. Then only the respiration in our body will take place properly. Okay. Now a group of organs which work together to carry out a function of the body is called a system. So what is system? What do you mean by it? A group of organs which work together. Now for example, does the nose, trachea, lungs and diaphragm together make up the respiratory system? We saw the diagram just now. When the air is taken with the help of the nose, it goes to the trachea, that is windpipe, then to the lungs and then to the diaphragm. Correct? So all these organs is a group. All these organs are a group and they work together. Nose, trachea, lungs, diaphragm, they work together. We can't say that from nose directly it went to the lungs. It goes in the trachea, that is windpipe, then the lungs, then the diaphragm. So all these organs work together. They carry out a function of respiration, of oxygen to full part of the body, and so it is known as a system. So what do you mean by system? A group of organs which work together to carry out a function of the body is called a system. So that is nose, trachea, lungs and diaphragm. These organs come together, and what they do? They do the respiratory system. They do the work of, what function they do? What work they do? They do the work of respiration. So it is known as respiratory system. Now, next topic is energy for body. As a result of respiration, oxygen enters the blood in the body and spreads to all parts of the body. Now we have learned about digestion also. Digestion process as well. Correct? In the last part 2, we have learned about digestion. We eat food from mouth, then it with the help of the food pipe it goes into the stomach, then to the small intestine, then to the large intestine, and then to the in the rectum. Correct? Yes. So this is the process. So when we do respiration, so two things are very important, digestion and respiration. So when we do respiration, what happens? Oxygen enters the blood. It enters in our body, and naturally when it enters in our body, it gets mixed with our blood and it spreads to all parts of the body. So this we know very well. But substances formed in the process of digestion also mix with the blood and reach all parts of the body. So of these, some substances act as fuel for the body. Now, as we respire, oxygen goes in our body. It enters in our body and makes mix with the blood. So basically, when food material also enters, when we eat food, it also gets mixed up with the blood and it spreads to all parts of the body. So in the process of respiration, oxygen enters in our blood, and in process of digestion, food material enters our blood and in our body. So now in blood there are two components. Now which are these two components present? That is oxygen and the food material. So with the help of the respiration, oxygen is taken inside, and with the help of the digestion, food material is taken inside. So these two components are very important. So now the blood will transfer everything, that is blood, oxygen and food material, to each and every part of the body. So together all these substances, that is oxygen, blood and food material, they act as a fuel for the body. Now, how vehicles work? How vehicles move? When we put petrol or diesel, then only they can move. That is the fuel. So exactly in the same manner, without oxygen and food material, our body will not work. We have studied in the last lesson, that is food for all. We need energy. We need strength, energy to work. So if we need energy, what we need? we want to eat properly. Food is needed. So same way here. So oxygen and food material is must in our body. Then only our body will work. Okay. So here is the diagram. So let me explain this, that the respiration and digestion process both are dependent on each other and they are equally important in our body. You can't say, अरे only respiration is important, digestion नहीं हुआ तो भी चले. No, respiration and digestion both are very important in our body. So in this diagram, can you see that oxygen is, can you see the red color? Yeah, the red color, oxygen, that is O2, and food. Two lines you can see, the arrow going in the mouth. So, that oxygen is going in body and also food material going inside the body. Can you see the red color? Yes. So in our body, oxygen and also food material is going. So oxygen and food material are present in our blood. If you see here in the side by, is a blood. Okay. Then blood, oxygen plus sugar, then produces and what? Energy, water and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is given out. Okay. So now what is sugar? Just now I said oxygen plus sugar. Now what is sugar? Oxygen is air which we need. Now sugar means whatever food we eat, that is sugar. So with the help of oxygen and food material, our body will get energy. Now you must be thinking how carbon dioxide is formed in our body, correct? So when this food material exactly breaks down, the carbon dioxide and waste and water and energy is formed. See in the blue color. So when this is breaked, when food material and oxygen is breaked, what happens? Carbon dioxide is formed. Okay, water and energy is formed. And this carbon dioxide is very harmful for our body. So this carbon dioxide is ultimately removed out. Can you see the blue color line? It is removed out of our body with the help of respiration process. So when we respire, we take in and we give out carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is forming as a result of digestion process. And this carbon dioxide is removed from the process of digestion, and to break down the food material, oxygen gas is very important. So we take in oxygen. Okay. So the system in our body are dependent on each other. So respiration and digestion are totally dependent on each other. And both are very important. So when the oxygen in the blood reaches the different parts of the body, it helps the slow burning of these substances and gives energy to the body. So the body uses this energy to carry out all its tasks. Okay. Now we will study about the main part, that is circulation of blood. The blood carries the oxygen obtained from the air and the energy giving substances in our food to all parts of the body. So now girls, we all know that blood carries the oxygen obtained from the air and the energy giving substances is our food, enough food to all parts of the body. We all know that. So now that means basically we have two components. Now which are two components? Oxygen and food material. Okay. So the blood is having oxygen which is obtained from having respiration, and also blood is having digested food material which we eat. So two components are there. Oxygen is there and food material is there. So blood has digested food material as well as oxygen. Now, and the blood carries these two components to full parts of the body. Carries to the full parts of the body. If you see the picture over here, can you see the red color veins and the blue color veins? The heart. So this blood carries this food material and oxygen along with it to all parts of the body. Okay. Now the question arises, what keeps the blood flowing? But what keeps the blood flowing? You all know that blood flows from head to toe continuously. We all know that blood is flowing in our body from head to toe. Because if wherever we get hurt, wherever in any part of the body, wherever we get hurt, quickly what happens? The blood comes. Correct? So blood moves from top to end. Correct? From head to toe. So we all know that. So what exactly keeps on flowing continuously? How? So there should be some type of process which is happening inside our body. So that process keeps our blood flowing continuously from head to toe. So can you guess it? What it is? Yes, the process which blood flows from head to toe is known as circulatory system or the blood circulation. It is known as blood circulation or the circulatory system. So in our body, circulation system is present. Can you see in the picture? In the chest region, I hope so you know where is your chest. So in the chest region, heart is present. So all must be knowing that we have one heart. And where is the heart located? In our chest. So heart is called the blood pumping organ. What it is known as? Blood pumping organ. So heart pumps the blood to all parts of the body, and our whole body is covered with blood vessels. Can you see in the picture? They are covered with the blood vessels. So from the heart, various blood vessels are arising, and they are spread to all parts of the body. So from the heart, the oxygen is taken, and the carbon dioxide and oxygen are all mixing in the blood, and even in the blood digested food also is there. So in blood there is oxygen, digested food, that is food material, and also carbon dioxide. Okay, so basically what happens? Food moves from one place to another, one part to another part, from top till bottom. So just because of the process of blood circulation, and that happens because of our heart. Why blood circulation takes place? Because only of our heart. and this system which is present in our body is called circulatory system. So because of circulatory system, our blood keeps on flowing in our body continuously. So you know that the heart continuously contracts and relaxes for this very purpose. A network that consists of tubes or vessels that carry blood away from the heart and those that bring blood back to the heart is spread throughout the body. So just keep your right hand on your chest. Girls, just keep your right hand on your chest and just listen to the beats. You must be hearing the sound, yes or no? Yes. So the sound which you can hear is only because of the contraction and relaxation of the heart. If you hear the sound, heartbeats, then naturally that heartbeats you can hear only because of the contraction and relaxation. Now what is contraction? It opens, closes. Have you all seen the heart? Sometimes you must have seen in the movies. Yes? So that is the contraction. That is contracts. Okay? Pumps. So that is only because of how you can hear the sound, only because of contraction and relaxation of the heart. So because of the movement of the heart which is happening in our body, we can hear the sound. So there are two ways that blood carries from heart to all the parts of the body, and again there are blood vessels carrying from blood from different parts to the heart. So there are two ways. What is the first way? Blood carries from the heart to all the parts of the body, and again the blood vessels carrying blood from different parts to the heart. So from heart it goes to the all parts of the body, and again from all the parts of the body it comes to the heart. Okay, so blood is moving in two directions, heart to all body parts and all body parts to heart. So this is the movement of the blood circulation. Okay, so what do you mean by blood circulation? The process of keeping the blood flowing through all parts of the body is called blood circulation. So what is the definition, children? The process of keeping the blood flowing through all parts of the body is called blood circulation. So in the process of blood circulation, the blood keeps on flowing from one part to the other part. Okay, from one part of the body to the other part of the body, and that is known as blood circulation. So apart from oxygen, blood carries innumerable other substances from one part of the body to another all the time. That too is made possible by the circulation of blood. So not only oxygen and food material is present, but apart from this, again in the blood various waste material and various other components are also present. So all these materials are transported from one part of the body to another part of the body, and just because of the process of blood circulation. So the blood circulation is very important for the transportation of the material from one body end to the another body end. Okay, here the net and the network of blood vessels together form the circulatory system. So in the blood circulation, basically what happens? The heart is important, and the blood vessels are important, and both are involved together, they work together. So in the process of blood circulation, the heart and blood vessels are involved and they are important. So this together, blood vessels and heart together form a circulatory system. So as long as we are alive, the process of blood circulation goes on continuously day and night. That means the process of blood circulation occurs continuously. Even single second also it never stops. If it stops, that means the person dies. Okay, he's died. So the process of blood circulation occurs continuously, work continuously. Every second and minute it works continuously in our body to day and night, all 24 hours, 7 days. It works continuously. Not a single second it stops. So it continues again and again, and so we are alive. The moment blood circulation is stopped, the person will die. So the process of blood circulation is also very important in our body and to remain us alive and healthy. Clear, girls? Now there is a question. Even I have given you answers, but the question, how do we know that we are hungry and that we should now eat? The second question is, how do the salivary glands come to know that there is food in the mouth and it is time to secrete saliva? And the next third question, what makes respiration and blood circulation go on all the time and the processes of digestion happen at the right time? How? Now when you are hungry, how you come to know, children? How you come to know that I am hungry? So there are some signals given by our body when we are hungry. Even respiration. We have studied about respiration. Now who signals us? Who? Means there is someone. There should be something inside our body who signals us. So these signals are given by someone. There will be some mastermind, some main person, some main organ to give this order, to give this signal which is present in our body. Now who is that? So the functions of the respiratory system, circulatory system and digestive systems are vital for the body. Vital means it is very important for our body. And they have to be carried out ceaselessly. Ceaselessly means continuously without stopping a single second also. So who are they now? So there are certain systems which are present in our body. We have studied about respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive system. We have studied all these things. And really they are very important in our body. Correct? So all these are present in our body, and that system which is present in our body, who is the mastermind, who gives order, who signals us, is known as the nervous system. So, like respiratory system, circulatory system and digestive system, there is one more system which is present in our body and is known as nervous system. It is controlling all our body functions continuously. And this system is giving us the signals when we have to eat and how much we have to eat. So, what do you understand now? What do you mean by nervous system now? What exactly it is now? Can you see in the picture? Yeah. The mastermind of the nervous system is our brain. Can you see the color here? It's our brain. So who is the mastermind? Our brain, nervous system. So the brain is the mastermind of our nervous system. And can you see from the brain there is a spinal cord, and from the brain there are also various branches which are spreading all over the body. Can you see the lines? Yeah. So this all spreading, which are spreading, the branches which are spreading, they all are called nervous tissues. What they are called? Nervous tissues or nervous fiber or nerve fiber. So they make nervous system. So they make nervous system. And they tell us regarding the sensation and everything what is happening in our body. So the nervous system is the mastermind of all the processes, of all, either respiration, either digestion, whichever system we have studied, is all, the mastermind is all by the nervous system, all functions by the nervous system. Okay. So, because a main part of the nervous system is the brain, and the brain is the master mind. Now, there are some tasks that we carry out only when we like. For example, speaking, running, studying, playing, etc. Now, because these are functions, speaking, running, studying, playing, this we can do on our own. If you want to speak, we speak, otherwise we will stop talking. If you want to run, we will run, otherwise we will stop. We want to study, we will study, otherwise we will close the book and sit. Or playing, if you don't want to play, we will stop playing. Correct? So all these functions are under our own control. We can control them. That means if we want to speak, we will speak. Otherwise, we will just be quiet. We want to run, we will run. Correct? If we want to study, we will study. Otherwise, we will close the book. Yes? Whenever we want, we will do it. So, these all functions are known as voluntary functions. So, this speaking, running, studying, whatever functions, playing, whatever functions we can do, we can control on our own, is known as voluntary functions. Of course, they are coordinated by the nervous system. They are coordinated, worked by the help of the nervous system. The nervous system tells us, brain tells us, study, study. We study. Now stop studying. So we will close the book and stop studying. We want to play, play now. So it controls, the brain controls. Okay, it coordinates. But there are some functions which are not under our control. For example, respiration, blood circulation, digestion. Can we do it on our own? Can we say, I don't want digestion now. Digestion process stop now. No. So these are involuntary functions which are not under our control, which really the nervous system controls it. Brain controls it. So talking, speaking, running, studying, playing, this we our own self can control it. But breathing, respiration, blood circulation, digestion, these all brain works. Brain controls it. Okay. So now what is the coordination here? So this is all coordinated. So coordination means, for example, if you are riding bicycle, okay, if you are riding a bicycle, so when you ride a bicycle, your eyes, your ears, hands and legs are involved, right? You all ride a bicycle, correct? So all these organs are needed to ride a bicycle. How? Eyes to see, ears to hear the horns, hands to handle, control, and legs for pedaling. Correct? So all these organs come together and they coordinate, they work together with each other to ride the bicycle. So this is known as coordination. So coordination means paying attention to all the different functions and ensuring that they all occur at the same time and right manner in the same time. Okay? Means when you are riding a cycle or bicycle, your hand should be on the handle, your ears should be in front, your eyes should be in front, your ears should be clear to listen the horns, and your legs on the pedal for pedaling. Correct? So that you can ride the bicycle very well. So these all the organs come together to work. There is a coordination with each other. They work with the help of each other. Okay, so that is known as coordination. So when you ride a bicycle, your hand should handle the balance of the bicycle. Same time your legs should be in motion on the pedal. Then your eyes should be in front to see and to watch properly, and your ears should be alert, clear to hear the horns of the vehicles on the road. So coordination is very important in our life, in our body also. So now, for example, another example. At present, you are watching a video of science. So which organs are coordinating with you? Can you guess, girls? Yes, your eyes, your ears, and your hands. Correct? Eyes to see the video on the laptop or mobile, wherever. Correct? Ears to listen what I am saying, the explanation, and hands to move on the mobile or the laptop on the mouse. Correct? So all this coordination is being done by the nervous system, that is brain. Clear to your girls? Now, maintaining this coordination is the function of the brain. So this coordination is done only by the brain. So who is the mastermind of our body now? The brain. Brain is very delicate organ. It is very delicate organ. Have you ever seen the brain? So it is very delicate organ, and if something happens to this brain, our life will be really in danger. Sometimes you must have heard that when the critical accidents take place, if the brain is damaged, head is damaged, then what happens? The person goes. What happens to the person? He becomes unconscious. Correct? He is very serious then. So our brain is very delicate, and for that reason, to protect the brain, what happens? Skull is provided around our brain. Skull is provided around our brain. So brain gives the order or connectivity to all different parts of the body. Now for example, if we touch a hot vessel, what will happen? You will just hold it? No. You will quickly, what you will do? You will just remove your hand from that hot vessel. Yes or no? Yes. So who gives this order to you? The brain. To remove the hands from the hot vessel. Okay, so brain is connected with the network of the nerves, So there is a network that connects the brain with all the different parts of the body. So this is a network of nerves that carry messages to and fro between the brain and the parts of the body. As I said, if you touch the hot vessel, quickly what happens? You remove your hand. Correct? So that is the network given by the brain. The order is given by the brain with the help of the network of nerves. So this network of nerves carry the messages to and fro in our body. Okay, from the brain and all the parts of the body. So brain gives the permission and all body parts takes the permission of the brain whether we are supposed to do or no. As you take the permission from your parents, from your teachers to do the work, so same way the body parts also takes the permission to do the work from the brain. So the brain is a network of nerves together work are called nervous system. The brain and the network of nerves, they come together, which is known as, they work together, which is known as nervous system. And this nervous system functions to coordinate all our body functions. Okay, these functions coordinate, the organs coordinate together, come together. Okay, now students, you must have seen that there are people who drink the alcohol. Even we see on television, in movies, in serials. And what happens? They lost their control over the body. Why? What is the reason? Do you know? Drinking alcohol has many ill effects on the body. It affects the nervous system, leading to loss of control over the movements of the body and lack of coordination. And that is why it is dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol. So, what happens? If you see around you or in your house, so you can tell them that drinking is very bad. Also, it is very bad for our body. So, if you are not supposed to drink and drive the vehicle. So, if they drink and drive the vehicle, what happens? Accident takes place. Why accident takes place when they are drunk, when they drink alcohol? Because when the person drinks the alcohol, there is no control on the body, coordination on hands, ears, eyes and brain. They doesn't have the coordination, proper coordination on these organs. The brain doesn't work properly. And so because of lack of coordination, accident takes place. So that's why it is very dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol. Now, if one keeps drinking alcohol for a long period of time, it causes ulcers on the inner lining of the digestive organs. It can also seriously affect the functions of the liver and kidneys. Okay, so if the person is drinking continuously, then what happens? The digestive system might get damaged. They can be affected from ulcer. They might get liver and kidney problems. Okay, the kidneys can also be damaged. Liver can also be damaged. And so that's why drinking alcohol is not good for body. The person has to avoid drinking alcohol. Otherwise, they will have the problem in their body. So here, which systems work together to provide the body with energy? that is the digestive system and the respiratory system. So, now there are other systems in the body. We have learned something that about the respiratory system and the digestive system, the circulatory system, and the system that coordinates the functions of all the systems, that is the nerve system. Besides this, there are several other systems in our body. So from the first part we have studied the respiratory system, that is respiration, digestive system, the circulatory system, and the nervous system. But besides this system, there are many other systems also in our body. For example, the skeletal system, which gives support and shape to the body and protects the important organs inside it. And the excretory system, which expels the waste substances that are formed in the body. You can see the pictures over here. Skeletal system. And this is the excretory system. Okay. So what happens? The skeletal systems gives the support and the shape of the body to the body, and it protects the important organs which are inside our body. So that is the work of the skeletal system. Okay. When you come to school, you can see this in a laboratory, science laboratory. Okay, the skeletal is there, skeleton. So you can see over there. Okay, and the next picture is about the excretory system. Now what work excretory system does? He expels. Expels means removes out the waste substances that are formed in the body. That means when we go for toilet, no, that is the waste substance which are removed. So who do that work? The excretory system. Okay. So besides the other organs, we also other systems as such, the respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive system, and the nervous system. We have skeletal system and also the excretory system. Okay, girls. I hope so. You came to know about it. So the working of all these systems is extremely complex, but it is important to have information about them. All are important to us. All, each and everything, which system we have studied from the first part till now. All the systems, all the processes are very important for our body. So, always remember, girls, if the function of any one of our systems is disturbed, it affects all the other systems in the body too. Okay? So, if circulatory system is affected, then all the other systems will get affected. If the nervous system gets affected, the person might get paralyzed. Have you heard about paralyzed? Yes. So you must have heard about it. So when paralysis happens, when one part of the nervous system does not work properly, paralysis takes place. So now nervous system is the mastermind. So respiration, blood circulation, digestion, this all is being done by the help of the nervous system, by the help of the brain. So if any of the system, any of the process is not working well, naturally paralysis can take place. So for example, digestive system not working, not happening, the other systems get damaged. Okay. So all the systems are important to work in a proper way, and they are very important in our body. So if anyone gets disturbed, then all the other systems also will get disturbed. If any one also organ is stop working, all full process will stop. All will get disturbed. So girls, clear to you all? So girls, we have completed this lesson over here. Busy at work are internal organs. So now let's see what we have studied, what we have learned. A group of organs that together carry out some function of the body is called a system. The nose, trachea, lungs and diaphragm are organs that form the respiratory system. The mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus and certain glands outside the alimentary canal are the organs of the digestive system. Other systems like the circulatory system, the skeletal system, the excretory system also take care of other important functions of our body. The nervous system coordinates all the functions of the body. For us to lead a healthy life, all our systems must function smoothly. Then only we can live properly, safely and healthy. Okay, girls, here are some questions. You are supposed to write this in your notebook. These all the questions you are supposed to write in along with the question and the answer. You are supposed to write in your science notebook. And I hope so, girls, you are completing your science notebook on time. Okay, here are some extra questions. Name the following. And also here is a small assignment which is given to you all. You are supposed to write along with the questions and the answers in your science notebook with the help of this presentation or your textbook. Okay? So I hope so you have understood this lesson very well, girls. See you in the next presentation with a new lesson. Till then, bye girls. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.